So the last session we have started with design of WRC beams, and today we'll be moving across further few sums regarding the design of WRC beams. For design purpose, you always need to remember that there is equations mentioned in our IS code, but they are limited. So you need to ultimately focus on the stress strain diagram, or you can say the block parameters, to find the values of our compression forces and tension forces that we'll be using in this session, or you can say in this design sums. Clear? So if you have still any query regarding the block parameters or the stress strain equations, then do watch the videos, that is previous sessions, and it will be helpful to analyze and to solve the summary in this content. Clear? So we'll be moving across to the first sum of today, and the question here of today, that is for our WRC section design, is as follows. That is, a reinforced concrete rectangular beam 300 cross 600 mm deep. Clear? It is not mentioned whether the beam is a singly reinforced beam or a doubly reinforced beam. Keep in mind, it is just mentioned that a reinforced concrete rectangular beam 300 cross 600 mm deep. From the question itself, we can't analyze and say that this beam is belonging to a singly reinforced section or a doubly reinforced section. So how to calculate and design it, because both the terms are different and both are having different equations. So for that we need to analyze the first step, which is very important, whether it is a singly RC section 2 or a doubly RC section 2. And for that we'll be starting, and before that we'll be looking upon some parameters that we're missing. That is, the section is being given as 300 cross 600 mm. So 600 mm will be either effective depth or the overall depth. The term effective is not mentioned anywhere in the question itself, so it is just mentioned as 600 mm deep. So this will be the overall depth we'll be considering. So capital D here will be 600 mm. And it is subjected to an UDL of 40 kN per meter over a simply supported span of 6 meter. Now the second thing that you always need to remember is the loading condition, that the load is given in the question if it is given including self weight or not. If it is not mentioned that the load that is being prescribed is including self weight, then the first step of yours will be always to calculate the self weight of the section. Clear? And the question here is, design the beam for flexure using M20 concrete and Fe415 steel. So the first step here will be to find the total actual or the total factor load that has been acting on the beam. So the first thing will be to find the self weight of the beam. So self weight of the beam will always be calculated from the equation, that is rho BD. Rho will be the density of the material, that is RCC. B will be the width of section, and the capital D will be the overall depth. Now keep in mind, if it is given in the question that the effective depth is being given, then we will be calculating overall depth by assuming the cover. If the cover is being given in the question itself, then we'll be just adding these two parts. But if the cover is not given in the question, that will be always assuming the cover to be 50, that is 50 mm, either in the case of single RC beam, in WRC beam or T beam. So we'll be always assuming the cover to be 50 mm. So here the rho, that is density, will be 25 kN per meter cube, width will be 0.3, depth, that is our overall depth, will be 0.6. So solving it, we are getting an answer 4.5 kN per meter. Now the total UDL will be the combination of the load that is being given in and the summation of the R self weight. So the total UDL will be 44.5 kN per meter. Now the load that we get from the dimensions will always be the actual load. So the next step will be to factorize it, that is to multiply it by 1.5. So multiplying it by 1.5, the final answer that comes out is 66.75 kN per meter. So we'll be solving now from this step onwards. We'll be solving using this load, that is 66.75. If you just solve using this 40 kN per meter, then your entire sum may be wrong. Clear? After 7 marker question, you may get only half or 1 mark for the efforts that you have put across. Clear? So keep in mind, you always need to know what actual loading and what the loading conditions are given in the question itself. So now we'll be finding the value of moment, that is mu will be equal to WL square by 8. Why WL square by 8? Because it is given in the question that the beam is a simply supported beam having a span of 6 meters. So solving it, we are getting the moment to be 300.375 kilonewton into meter. Now we always need to prove whether the beam that we are designing is a singly reinforced beam or doubly reinforced beam. Now how to prove this? For that we'll be always comparing MU and MU limb. If the value of MU comes out to be less than MU limb, again keep in mind, repeating it again, if the value of MU comes out to be less than MU limb, then we'll be designing it as a singly RC beam. If the value of MU equal to MU limb, then you can opt for singly 2. And if the value comes out to be that MU is greater than MU limb, that we have to compulsory provide doubly reinforced sections. Clear? So now we'll be finding the value of MU limb from the equation, that is 0.138 FCK BD square. Now how this value came from? The SP16. We are not allowed to use SP16, so we will be directly remembering this value for Fe415 steel. So for Fe415 steel, the value will always be equal to 0.138 FCK BD square. So the MU limb value comes out to be 250.47 kilonewton into meter. MU was 300.375 and MU limb comes out to be 250.47. So MU is greater than MU limb, so they will be designing it as a doubly reinforced section. So this is how we will be determining whether the question that is been given in the examination is of singly RC section or a doubly RC section. So now the original procedure will be the same that we have discussed earlier. The first thing will be to find the auxiliary moment, that is the additional moment that is required to provide the compression steel. So that will be MU2. And MU2 will always be equal to MU minus MU limb. That comes out to be here 49.90 kilonewton per into meter. And after finding the value of MU2, we'll be finding the value of FSC and FCC. FCC in every case will be equal to 0.446 FCK. FCK is given the question to be 20. So answer here comes out to be 8.92 Newton per mm square. Then we'll be finding the value of FSC, and to find the value of FSC, you always need to find the ratio of D dash by D. So here the ratio D dash by D comes out to be 0.09. We'll be rounding it off to value 0.10, and for our value of 0.10, the FSC value comes out to be 353 Newton per mm square. So after calculating this, we'll be finding the value of RASC. Clear? So as you can see here, MU minus MU limb equal to FSC ASC. D minus D dash. Will be using this term to find the value of our ASC. So as you can see here, the MU2 LHS portion was MU minus MU limb, but MU minus MU limb will always be equal to MU2. So MU2 we have already calculated. So the unknown factor here on the RHS portion is just ASC. So ASC in this case comes out to be 290 mm square. Now after finding the steel, the next step will always be to provide the number of steel bars, and for that we'll be referring our steel table. So using the steel table, we'll be opting for a value that is greater than 2.90. So the value that is greater than 2.90 comes under this category, that is 4.02. That is two numbers of bar of 16 mm diameter. So we'll be providing this bar. You can opt for any value, just you need to remember that the value should be greater than 2.90 centimeter square, and the number of bars should fall between 2 to 6. So this is how we'll be determining the value of ASC and finding the number of steel bars in compression zone. Now we'll be moving forward to find the value of AST, and for that we'll be finding values of AST1 and AST2. For AST1, we'll be always calculating it from the value of PT limb. So for PT limb, for our Fe415 steel, the value will be 19.82 FCK by F5. And the equation here, that is 19.82 FCK by F5, the answer comes out to be 0.96%. Clear? So after finding this value, we will be opting for the value of AST1, and the equation for AST1 will be PT limb BD by 100. B, that is width of section, D, that will be our effective depth. Overall is given in the question to be 600. Effective cover is not mentioned, so we'll be assuming it to be 50 mm. So here in the place of small d, we will be substituting 550. So solving it, we are getting an answer 1584 mm square. Yeah. So after this, we will be finding the value of AST2, and to find the value of AST2, we will be using this equation, that is FSC minus FCC into ASC divided by 0.87 Fy. This equation you don't need to mug it up. It is given in your IS code on page number 96. As you can see here in the lower right hand side half, it is mentioned that AST2 equal to ASC FSC divided by 0.87 Fy. But wherever the term FSC is mentioned in the IS code, we always will be substituting it by FSC minus FCC. Clear? So the answer here comes out to be 277 mm square. And the ultimate aim of ours was to find the value of AST. So AST will be the combination of these two things, that is summation of AST1 and AST2. So the summation of these two terms comes out to be 1861 mm square. So this is the total area of steel that is required to sustain this amount of load or moment, and now we'll be providing the steel content. So from steel table we'll be opting a value that is greater than 18.61. So the value that is greater than 18.61 falls under this category, that is 20 bar diameter, 6 numbers of bar. So 6 numbers of 20 mm diameter bar, the area that is provided comes out to be 1885 mm square. So this is how we'll be designing a WRC section if it is not given in the question, that whether the section is a single RC section or a WRC section. So moving on to the second sum of today, the question here is design a doubly reinforced section. Here in the question itself it is mentioned that it is a WRC section. The beam is subjected to a factored load of 70 kN per meter over a simply supported span of 4 meter. It is given that the loading condition or the UDL that is given in the question is 70 kN per meter, but again it is not mentioned that it is including self weight. So if it is not mentioned that it is including self weight, we will be always adding the self weight to it. Effective size of beam is 230 cross 450. Effective size is mentioned, therefore the value is d cross small d. Yeah? M20 concrete is being used and Fe4 steel is being used. Also it is given that take d dash by d equal to 0.15. Up till now in each and every sum we were assuming the value to be rounding it up to 0.1. But this is a typical sum where in your examination it is been asked that you have to take compulsorily d dash by d value to be r 0.15. Clear? So we'll be proceeding ahead in these cases. The first step will be to find the value of self weight. We'll be opting from the equation that is rho BD. Rho will be the density of RCC, that will be 25 kN per meter cube. B will be the width of section that is given in the size, that is 230 mm, and D will be our capital D. Keep in mind here it is given as 450 mm effective, and it is not mentioned that what amount of cover should be taking. Yeah? So whenever the cover is not being given in the question, we will be always assuming that 50 mm cover is being taken. So adding 50 to 450 comes out to be 500. So converting it into meter, it comes out to be 0.5. So solving it, we are getting the self weight of beam to be 4.3125 kN per meter. So the total factored UDL comes out to be 74.32 kN per meter. That is 70 was already given in the question to be a factored load. Multiplying this by factored self weight. So the total factored load that will be calculating for the moment purposes will be 74.32 kN per meter. So now we'll be finding the value of mu. Clear? So the value of mu here will be opting from the equation that is WL square by 8. Why so? Because the beam here is given as simply supported beam. Clear? So for simply supported, the maximum bending moment will always be WL square by 8. W here will be 74.32. Length of the section will be 4 meter. And divided by 8, the answer that comes across is 148.64 kilonewton into meter. And the next step will be to find the value of mu limb, because mu limb is the maximum moment that a single section can carry. So for Fe415 steel, the value of mu limb will be 0.13 at FCK BD square. And the answer that comes across is 128.54 kilonewton per meter. Mu was 148, mu limb comes out to be 128, so mu is greater than mu limb. If mu is greater than mu limb, then we have to compulsorily design it as a WRC section. Yeah. So now we have proved that this is a WRC section. The remaining step will be to find the value of R steel content, that is ASC and AST. So to find the value of ASC, the first thing that will be requiring is the value of FCC and FSC. So for that we'll be requiring the value of mu2. mu2 will be mu minus mu limb. So that value comes out to be 20.1 kilonewton into meter. FCC will be 0.446 FCK, that comes out to be 8.92 Newton per mm square. FSC, now keep in mind here d dash by d ratio is not to be found, because d dash by d ratio is already given in the question. So for 0.15, the FSC value will be 342 Newton per mm square. For 0.10, it was 353 Newton per mm square. We just substituted in 353 in each and every case up till now. But here, as d dash by d is given in the question to be 0.15, we will be substituting the FSC to be 342 Newton per mm square. So now we'll be finding the value of ASC from this equation. So the ASC value will be coming across here as 150.86 mm square. After finding the value of ASC, we'll be providing the number of steel bars. So from steel table, we'll be looking across a value that is greater than 1.50. So the value that is greater than 1.50 comes across this case, that is providing two numbers of 14 mm. That comes across 308 mm square. So the total ASC that will provide, ASC that will be providing is two numbers of 14 mm diameter. Now we'll be moving across to the tension portion, and we'll be finding the value of AST1 as well as AST2. So AST1 can always be calculated from the term that is PT lim. So PT lim for Fe415 steel will always be equal to 19.82 FCK by Fy. So 19.82 FCK by Fy here comes out to be 0.96. So from this we will be calculating the value of AST1. The equation for AST1 will be PT lim BD by 100. D will be small d, that is effective depth. So here the answer comes out to be 993.6 mm square. And now we will be finding the value of AST2. So the equation for AST2 will be FSC minus FCC into ASC divided by 0.87 F5. So this value came across from the page number 96, as you can see here. So solving it, taking the summation of these two things can give the answer of our total AST, that is area of steel in tension. So the total AST, that is AST1 plus AST2, comes across to be 1132.77 mm square. So from steel table we will be opting a value that is greater than 11.32. So value that is greater than 11.42 comes across this case, that is 4 numbers of 20 mm diameter bars. So 4 number of 20 diameter bars comes out to be 1256 or 1257 mm square. So this is how we'll be designing a WRC section. So this is the exercise problem for today. Do solve it, because design problem for our WRC sections are very simple and it carries 7 marker questions. So it is very cash marks, as you can say, in your examination, and it will be helpful on reaching your goals too. Clear? So this is the section that you will deal upon, and in the next session we will be looking upon further more sums. Thank you.